Mission timer initialized. Mission timer initialized.
Yes, sir. At once.
Yes, sir.
Mission timer initialized. Mission saved.
Medic reporting.
Engineering.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Ready and agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Moving out.
Acknowledged.
Medic reporting. Moving out.
Waiting orders. At once. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. At once. Of course. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir. Of course. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Affirmative.
Reporting. Agreed. At once. Of course. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative.
No, affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Medic reporting. Affirmative. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Medic reporting.
Acknowledged.
Medic reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Mission
Yes,
saved.
sir. Affirmative. At once. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. At once. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. 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 Agreed. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Very well.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting. Very well.
Medic reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative.
40
Moving out.
minutes remaining.
Affirmative.
Explosive charge placed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Medic reporting. Out.
Awaiting orders. Very well.
Mission saved.
Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Of course. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Medic reporting. Moving out. Moving out. Yes, sir. Indeed. Medic reporting out. Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Of course. Agreed. Agreed.
Mission loaded.
Yes. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Ready and
Unit
waiting.
lost. Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Agreed. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Of course.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir. At once.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Reporting at once. Yes, sir. At once. Very well. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Yes, sir. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Mission
Agreed.
saved.
At once. Of course. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Of course. Affirmative. At once. At once. Of course. Agreed. Very well. At once. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well.
Unit lost. Mission loaded.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well. At once. Very well. Of course. Very well. At once. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Very well. At once. Of course. Very well. Very well. Very well. Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Commander. Indeed. Engineering. Affirmative. Medic reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Explosive charge placed.
Engineering. Affirmative. 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 Medic reporting. Affirmative. Moving out.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. Very well. Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Medic reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Moving out.
Awaiting
Very
orders.
well. Very well. Very well. Very well.
At once.
Very well.
At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Yes, sir.
Very well.
30 minutes.
Very
remaining.
well.
At once. Affirmative.
Very well.
Agreed. Yes, sir. Agreed.
Very well.
Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed. At once. Affirmative.
Yes, affirmative.
Medic reporting. Moving out. Affirmative.
Explosive charge placed.
Engineering.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Yes, sir. On my way. Yes, affirmative. Commander.
Mission
For
saved.
king and country. On my way. On my way. For king and country. Indeed. For king and country. Indeed. On my way. For king and country. Indeed. For king and country. Indeed. Indeed. On my way. Indeed.
Unit lost. Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. At once. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. At once. Agreed. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Report. Agreed. Affirmative. 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 At once.
Mission saved.
Very well. Very well. Yes, sir.
Unit lost. Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Medic reporting. Affirmative.
Reporting. Agreed. Agreed.
Medic reporting. Out. Medic affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting. Very well.
Mission
Very
saved.
well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Of course. Affirmative. 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 Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative. At once. At once. Of course. Affirmative. 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 At once.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative. 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 Moving out. Moving out.
Report. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Very well. At once. Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. At once.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Ready and waiting at once. Agreed. Very well. Very well. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Mission loaded.
Ready and waiting. At once. Agreed. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Yes, sir. Of course. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Very well.
Medic reporting. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Explosive charge placed.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
20 minutes remaining. Mission
Medic
saved.
report. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed.
Mission saved.
Affirmative. 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 At once. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Medic reporting. Medic report. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out.
Yes, affirmative.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well.
Medic reporting. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Medic affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. At once. Agreed. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. At once. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Very well.
Mission loaded.
Medic reporting. Moving out.
Engineering. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On my way. For king and country. On my way. For king and country.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out.
Reporting at once. Very well.
Yes, sir. On my way. For king and country. On my way. For king and country. Indeed. On my way. Indeed. On my way. On my way. For king and country. Indeed. 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 For king and country.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Indeed. For king and country. On my way. For king and country. On my way. Indeed. For king and country. On my way. On my way. For king and country. For king and country. Indeed. On my way. On my way. On my way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative. Engineering. Commander. Indeed. For king and country. Indeed. Indeed. For king and country. Indeed. On my way. For king and country. For king and country. On my way.
Unit lost. Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Commander. Engineering. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Commander, indeed. For king and country. Indeed, indeed, indeed. On my way. Indeed, indeed. For king and country. On my way. On my way. For king and country. Indeed. For king and country. On my way. Indeed. For king and country. On my way. On my way. On my way. Indeed. For king and country. On my way. For king and country. For king and country. Indeed. On my way. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Engineering. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. Engineering. Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Moving out.
Acknowledged. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Yes, sir? Yes, sir?
10 minutes
At
remaining.
once.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Mission
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
saved.
Affirmative.
Explosive charge placed.
Affirmative.
Reporting. Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Very well. Of course. Yes, sir. At once. Of course. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir?
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Mission
Affirmative.
saved.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative. 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 Engineering.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative. 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 Engineering.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Reporting. At once. Very well. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Very well. Very well. Very well. Yes, sir? Agreed. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Of course. Yes, sir? Very well. Very well. Very well.
Unit lost.
At once. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir. Of course. Very well. At once.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Report at once.
Warning.
Affirmative.
5 minutes
At
remaining.
once. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Of course. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Acknowledge. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Warning.
Agreed.
4 minutes remaining.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very well. Very well.
Explosive charge placed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Medic reporting. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Very well. At once.
Medic
Warning.
affirmative.
3
Moving out.
minutes remaining.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Warning, 2 minutes remaining.
Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Affirmative. At once. At once. Of course. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Of course.
Warning, 1 minute remaining.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Mission failed. Mission loaded.
Yes, sir. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Very well.
Reporting. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Medic reporting. Affirmative.
Reporting. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. Of course. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very well. Very well. Agreed. Very well. At once. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. At once. At
Warning,
once.
5
Affirmative.
minutes remaining.
At once. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative.
Warning, 4 minutes
Affirmative.
remaining.
Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Medic reporting. Affirmative.
Explosive charge placed.
Engineering. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Warning,
Affirmative.
3 minutes remaining.
Reporting. Agreed. Very well. At once. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Engineering. Affirmative.
Ready and affirmative.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders.
Medic reporting. Affirmative. Medic reporting. Out.
Acknowledged. Very
Warning,
well.
2
Agreed.
minutes
Affirmative. Yes,
remaining.
sir. At once. Affirmative. Of course. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. At once. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Warning, 1 minute remaining.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Explosive charge placed. Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Agreed. At once. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting. At once.
Yes, sir.
Mission failed. Mission loaded.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Very well. At once.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Engineering.
Ready and waiting. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. At once. Of course. Very well. Very well. Very well.
Engineering. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir. Of course. Affirmative. Yes, sir. At once. At once. Of course. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Very well.
Yes, sir. At once.
Yes, sir. At once. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir.
Engineering.
Warning, 5
Affirmative.
minutes remaining.
Reporting. At once. At once.
Medic reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Explosive charge.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Agreed. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Very well. Affirmative.
Placed. Warning, 4 minutes
Affirmative.
remaining.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Very well. At once. Of course.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. At once.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Warning, 3 minutes
Reporting.
remaining.
Very well. Agreed. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Explosive charge placed. Warning, 2 minutes remaining.
Yes, sir.
Explosive mission accomplished. Reinforcements have arrived. Battle control terminated.